Second piece of value, again, is understanding where you're at and where your brother is, or an uncle is, or your son is, or your daughter is on the model, and maybe that will give you an insight why you've got some communication gaps going on. Because someone else will see things in a different way to you, and it's understanding their DNA profile. I need to get a yes or no on this one question. Would you agree that most successful people in the world running their businesses have dream teams rather than being dream individuals? Yes or no? There's no dream individuals. If you look at case studies of all the most successful family businesses in the world, and non-family businesses, there was always a dream team structure somewhere in the top management team. If you take the two founders of Google, Sergey Brin, I remember meeting him. It was the second year of Google and I met him. Shook hands with the guy in a technology forum in London. I never knew that Google would become what it is now off the back of that day. But Google was successful because him and Larry were partners and they were completely different DNA profiles. But the key was Eric, who was the CEO that they hired, that completed their dream team. But if Sergey and Larry were the only two in that dream team, they may have not achieved the success they have unless Eric was there, because Eric, in our dream team model, was the true operator who executed their plan and their innovation. So let's go through the DNA profile with each one. The first profile, I'm going to put up here. I'm only going to abbreviate, by the way, we'll give you the handout at the end. INN stands for innovator. Other words we use for the innovator DNA profile would be creator, pioneer, inventor, visionary. What's the ingredients of how this DNA shows up every day? This is someone whose brain works at super pace, fast speed, all day long. They love coming up with new ideas all the time. They start one venture, but they've already got 16 other ventures in their pocket they're ready to unleash. They'll inspire people with ideas very, very quickly, but they'll confuse them just as fast because they've changed their mind. Brilliant at getting things off the ground, hopeless with execution and finishing things. Now, please understand, I'm only giving you the overview of the model. The advanced version of this is down to blending the different profiles together, which will give you a different outcome. So as I share certain statements, there'll be a part of your brain goes, that's me, then there'll be another part that goes, but that's not me. So there'll be a conflict. That will become clear as we get to the advanced part of the profile. Is that okay? But today I'm just giving you the overview of the profiles. So let's pretend that in this room we're starting a brand new idea. An innovator has decided to put two things together. We call it the 1 + 1 principle. 1 + 1 equals 11. Okay? Innovators, 1 + 1 is 11. You take something that already exists, you add something else to it, and you now create a brand new product. So in this case, we've taken water, bottled water, because all speakers need a bit of water, and all speakers need to use their pens. So we decide to combine the two together, put an extra lid on top, okay? So we'll have the ink in there so we can write with it, and it's much bigger so people can see it from the back of the room. And if you take the second cap off, you can also have a drink at the same time. Okay, no one's invented this yet. If you launch this product, I want 10% royalties in the future, okay? So let's say we've got this weird bottled water marker idea and the innovator has come up with the idea. Have we made any money yet for our new idea? Because the innovator is going to get inspired with something else in 2 weeks' time, and they've already now lost their focus with the original idea. So the next person in our dream team is what we call the planner. Other names for the planner profile would be designer, developer, mechanic, engineer, improver. As all the names suggest in this cluster, this profile out of all of the 9 is the most meticulous with detail. If they were to come into this room when nobody's here to see the layout of the room, they would make sure that every bottle and every notepad and every pencil is exactly where it should be. They will take an idea from the innovator and now start coming up with the plan, the draft plan. They're good at coming up with policies, procedures, frameworks, strategy documents. If the hotel already exists and the planner turns up, they'll come up with ways to improve it and make it even better. So now if we've got the innovator and the planner together in our dream team, has our bottled water marker idea taken off yet? Are we making any profits? No. But what we've got is loads of ideas, new designs showing up. We've got some sort of blueprint of how to maybe manufacture this. But the innovator's now distracted the planner and said, why don't we come up with furniture for the hotel industry? In loud green, with water floating around in between. Planner goes, that's a great idea. Let me start working on that immediately. And now the planner could be distracted from what we originally set out to do. So the planner and the innovator love working together. They stimulate each other. But these two combined are awesome at getting an idea off the ground. And now coming up with a level of detail to take it to the next stage. But we haven't made any profits yet for our business. The next person that we need in our dream team, and the next DNA profile, sits in the top right-hand corner, is called a promoter. Other words we use are marketeer, presenter, publicizer. An extreme version would be a politician. This is a person, if you leave them in the office for too long, working with the same people every day, they will sabotage relationships. They need the limelight. Give them an audience, give them a microphone, give them a stage, give them a script that they need to work on in the public domain. This person will come to life. Is anyone familiar with Richard Branson? So Richard Branson? He would be a 10 out of 10 promoter profile, to put it into perspective. Off the charts. 400 companies in his portfolio. Every single day he's promoting a new product service out of his 400 companies. And does nothing else apart from innovate and promote. Everybody else does the other things. And goes from building 1-2 companies to having 400 in his portfolio. And now wants to take it to space with Virgin Galactica. So now, are we making any profits for our new business? No, but what we have got is a lot of noise. We've got buzz in the marketplace, people know about our idea, our product, our brand, they want to associate with us, they want to partner with us, they want to work with us. We're developing the right type of relationships, but they're not sustainable at this stage. So the next person that we need in our dream team is the connector. Middle right. The connector, other words we use would be an introducer, a networker. An extreme version would be a socializer. This is someone who does things with their heart first, and their mind catches on later. If you don't blend this profile with the planner profile, these are the most disorganized people you'll ever meet. I call them lastminute.com. They're emotionally based. They can be quite dramatic. There's a lot of emotion around them. Yet they're very passionate about people. They show a lot of love and care. They go the extra mile to remember someone's spouse's name, kids' names, the dog's name, someone's birthday, and give people gifts on a regular basis. So people trust them and people want to do business with them. However, they forget to ask for the order. And they give things away for free. So we are still not profitable at this stage, but we've got great relationships that are being built, internally as well as externally. The next person in our dream team sits right in the middle. I'm not being sexist, it's not men. It stands for mentor. Other words we use for the mentor would be advisor, counselor, coach, teacher, trainer. The mentor, if you don't blend it with any of the other profiles at this stage, is the most patient in developing other people. They're great one-to-one, and they're great in groups of up to 20 people on average. And they love learning, they love passing on information to others. See, very similar to the connector. The connector will do that as well, but social. Mentor will do it academically. And will follow up to make sure that some learning takes place. But very good for managing projects or dealing with small groups of people and developing them further. Have we made any money yet for our bottled water marker idea? No. Getting close though. What's missing now is the next two people really to make sure that the till starts to ring and the profits start to come in. The next person is the key for most of the family businesses that we've worked with in the last decade. Is the number one profile that is normally missing for a family business to go from working in the business to on the business. From going from what we call tier 2 to tier 1. Tier 2 typically is a $30 to $300 million a year revenue family-owned business. A tier 1 would be the $1 billion plus conglomerate with a portfolio of average 30 plus companies. How does someone make that shift? The only way is to go from working in the business to on the business and then eventually becoming the investor. What stops people from achieving that, especially if they're highly entrepreneurial and their DNA profile is up here, is they end up taking this job role instead of bringing in the operator right from the start. So what's the operator? The operator is aggressive, loves execution, and an extreme version of an operator profile would be a dictator. They love chaos, they love firefighting, they love fixing problems, and they love making sure the right person is doing the right thing at the right time and they follow up. We all know what's happened in the Middle East in the last 5 years. Many countries that were run by dictators. I'm not approving that, but I'm making this point that by having the dictator in that position, there was some law and order. The values of the dictator are not aligned to our values in this room, that's different. But the position, that role was important for law and order. And the minute the dictator has gone, what's happened to some of those countries? They're in a worse situation than they were before.